Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. Well, it's July, so that means it's World Watercolor Month, and I am trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to use this little Clairefontaine cold pressed watercolor sketchbook, but it only has 12 sheets. So 12 sheets will do 24 days. There's 31 days in July, so I need 7 more days. So I need 8 more places, so I need 4 more sheets of paper. So I cut these 4 sheets of B paper, and I'm going to add them in here into the back. Right now, I think I'm just going to put them in the back. But what my thought was when I use gouache, I don't need to have watercolor paper. I can have, well, this is watercolor paper. It's 100% cotton watercolor paper. But I don't have to have, it doesn't have to be as nice. I mean, I like B paper fine, and it probably will work either way. I'm just not sure what the difference between the B paper and this Clairefontaine paper is because I've never used it. So we'll see. I just didn't want it to be an extreme difference, and I figured I can always do gouache on this. Gouache works really nice on B paper. So that was my thinking. So I cut them to size. I punched them with my little mini cinch puncher, which works real nice. And I am going to add them to this book. And then the first prompt is pattern. So I was thinking about this rock I found on the beach near our cottage, and it was just laying there saying, pick me, pick me. And it's a Petoskey stone, I'm pretty sure. And it's really, really pretty. And I thought, well, that has a pattern. So then I started thinking, I will just do my rocks. I have lots of rocks. This one just shows up a little better sometimes when they're wet. This one is like a little bird foot. This one just had some pretty, like almost writing scribed on it. It's really pretty on this side too. But I went with that side. And I set them up in a still life, and I took a picture of them so I can work off that without having to have my lighting good for that and my lighting good for this. So that's what I'm going to do on the first page of this once I get it assembled. So I'm going to set those to the side. If I need up close and personal reference on them, they're right there. And I'm going to open this puppy up, and we're going to add the paper to it. I think I got this in Chile last summer. I think that's where I saw it. That's why I wasn't really sure if it was even available here, but it is. I've just never used it, so this will be different. I like to put my World Watercolor Month stuff all in one container, in one sketchbook, and I like to have it all together. It's the anal retentive side of my existence. And I usually forget about it until July 1st hits, and then I go, oh, shoot, it's World Watercolor Month starting today. Do I have a sketchbook? And oftentimes I have been out of the country when that has happened, and I wasn't prepared. So then I was left scrambling for whatever I could find, which, as it turned out, I found some nice little watercolor sketchbooks to use. But it's kind of thing that when whatever you find is what you're committed to for the whole shebangy. So I will do what I did with Plum April, and when that one, I think I'm going to flip you. When I finish the whole challenge, I will move these in their rightful spots in order. If I do indeed just use these for gouache. So I'm not going to try and figure that out right now. If you can tell, I like things to be pretty loose. So this is the back of the book. So that's the front. Like that. I just don't want to put it on wrong. Should have opened these up maybe a tad further and tried not to do it all at one time, but that's just not how I do things. It makes it, too simple. Oh, did I do it wrong? That is the front. Nope, that's right. Okay. Before I close these up, could just use the closer thing on the back of my mini cinch, but yeah, that didn't happen. So there we go. So now I just have to decide if I want to do gouache or if I want to do watercolor, or maybe I'm going to do watercolor with a little gouache. Right now, I think that might be exactly what I do. So I am going to open this up and get my materials all set up so I can start sketching. Okay, so I am going to sketch these in. So I think the first thing I want to do is get a light wash around the whole thing. And I'm going to do that with watercolor. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's get, while I'm doing this, I'm going to add a little brown. And a little more neutral tint. And I am going to drop the light shadow around it. So this one is the lightest, followed by that one. They're both kind of on the lightish, yellowy side. A little bit of brown, a little muted. Definitely want it a light wash. And the two other ones have a little more gray in them. So I'm going to add some graphite gray and just get a base color down for these two. Now, I am not sure where all they have Petoskey stones, other than I know around the Great Lakes, it's a big thing, particularly in Petoskey. But I did not find this one in Petoskey. I found this one on Lake Huron, which is the opposite side of Michigan. And I found it in Canada. This claw-shaped one is it was just so cool. I keep hopping from rock to rock. I'm going to glaze over the bottom of this a little bit because it's a little bit darker as I go along. Okay, I think I am going to use a little gouache. Okay, just gonna add a little more dark contrast. And I'm gonna call it a day. So if you got anything out of this video, please hit the like button. That really helps me a lot. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of future videos, hit that cute little bell. And I really, really appreciate you being here. So if you would like to, please check out my Etsy shop where I have prints of my artwork along with my cute little monsters for sale and some other fun stuff. And till next time, thank you so much for watching.